So I've turned my camera on just for this. It's like a nice little purple, right? I like that.
Yes.
That's gotta be Butterfly Pigeon post.
Could it be?
It definitely is.
Who knows? Who knows?
Could
Who
it
knows?
I know.
I think the lighting, the background lighting, is distorting the color for our perception.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Because you have like a reddish light coming through.
I think that's that little fur, that little crochet dragon. That's the. I think he's making all the light red. Okay, turn my camera off. Let's not be distracting. Let's call this meeting to order. I think we're all here. I'd like to thank the birthday girl herself for showing up, Miss Miraday. It's Miraday's birthday. So first point of order is everybody has to wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Beer Day.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And for just today, we'll waive the birthday speech to make sure that you don't, well, I didn't tell you had to give a birthday speech, so I'm not going to put that on you. But next time, I'll get you.
I'll give a birthday
You're
speech
gonna
for
find-
Miss
Map
Mira.
time.
Oh, really? You have a speech plan for Mira?
Yeah, I planned it for like the last 6 months actually, because I definitely
That's
knew her
huge.
6 months ago.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Mira, you're awesome. Thank you for always showing up to my stuff when no one else does. I love you.
That's a good speech. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. So welcome to another beautiful War Pigs Guild meeting. Thank you so much for showing up here. It's a little light in the guild hall itself. Oh no, wait, we have to hit map closing. Whoops. Hit
Yeah, I
yes
gotta get in there.
for map closing. I just want to say thank you to everybody. We've had a lot of events going on. We had the Core Cup go on most recently. That was the first difficult tournament that I've run in a while. For the most part, everybody has been so wonderful about making sure that my tournaments go off without a hitch. And I really appreciate that from everyone and how much work like the pigs do in our own tournaments to make sure that everything is running smoothly and on time and respectful. A lot of the lessons learned from that will be applied to future tournaments, making sure that we don't have people swapping in, doing strange things. I think we sort of, if everybody was reading that thread, sort of dealt with everything that happened, and we'll be doing a much better job in the future of keeping an eye during matches. We'll have some designated watchers during most tournaments to make sure that people aren't going against the rules or doing some untoward stuff. We're also going to be a lot more strict about who you register with is who you're going to have to play with. In the past, that hasn't been an issue, but now that we have a lot more non-war pigs in our tournaments, this is going to be happening more frequently. And as much as I'd love to assume that everybody has the best intentions at heart, there's some real competitive people who just want to win, and that's all they care about. But I want to make room for people like that too. I just want to make sure that we're not having people sort of bend the rules too much. So going forward, we're going to be a little bit more strict. I'm thinking about drafting a War Pigs generic tournament rule thing, like register with who you got, no swapping, no doing this, blah, blah, blah. And we can reference that document. We'll post it somewhere. We'll make a special channel with just tournament rules. Or we'll call it generic tournament rules. And you can refer to that for future things and modify any of them. Be like, rule 2 is changed to this. Rule 3 is changed to that. I think that might be helpful, but I'll talk more with the officers about that and see where we're going. Another big thing we have coming up is the Mono Team tournament on September 5th at Mal. Do you know what time that is? I did not look that up off the top of my head.
It is going to be at 2 p.m. Central, 1900 UTC.
Okay. 2 p.m. Central. Is that 12 p.m. PST?
Same as the monthly would be.
Yes.
Okay. So it's 12 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. EST. Beautiful. So do you have anything you want to say about that? Malin is the one running it. I'm participating in the tournament, so I have nothing to do with how it's being run.
Yeah, things are getting really excited here as we're getting into the last 2 weeks until the tournament. I have a full roster from pretty much all of the teams. There's maybe one team still looking for a fill, and then a couple coaches who are waiting for the last players to truly lock in before they send me their roster. So I don't know everyone playing yet, but I know most of them. And it's going to be a pretty lit tournament. On that, I would like to kind of take a second to apologize to some of you people. I know there was a few pigs who really felt that like, oh, I put my name in, I signed up, I'm like guaranteed a spot. I needed to communicate better about what the expectations of the tournament were. I told my captains that I wanted this tournament to be like as high end as possible. And then had the pig sign up as like, hey, if we need more people, here's a pool of people that are good people, good players, reliable, that we can draw upon. And I did not articulate that clearly, and there was a couple people who were a little upset about it, and so I do apologize for that. This is my first event, and I'll definitely take that lesson going forward to other events. I also do intend to run other events next year that are more like pigs focused, development focused. But for this very first one, it's like, hey, we're getting up towards the next Hogs Cup. Let's have just like a huge spectacle, like the coolest, biggest, flashiest thing I can muster in my humble way. And I'm really excited for it. I'm at 7 out of 8 casters. I just formed the caster group chat today to start going over rules and expectations with them. Like Post said, there's got to be a little bit more close monitoring for these tournaments. And so I'm beginning to expand on those things with the people who are going to be helping me run this event. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, my DMs are always open. I'm always open to feedback and criticism, but I'm really excited for this event, and I hope everyone's going to be able to make the time to watch Homage live on Twitch, as well as so many other people who are going to be streaming together for this.
Yeah, it's going to be a big old group. We're going to take over the entire Guild Wars 2 streaming event. That's what we like to do with our tournaments. We like to completely take over all viewership with our giant streamer groups. So look forward to that. Thank you, Malin. I have to say, you're the first. So Malin started this tournament when he was not an officer and has just been sort of cooking this up almost half a year at this point, and really just sort of took the initiative, got in front of everything, took responsibility, self-funded the tournament, didn't ask for any guild funds for the tournament. And I was just, we were all very impressed with the way you handle all this, especially just being a first-time event runner and everything. So thank you so much for doing that work. I hope you understand how much, you more than anyone else understands how terrible it is setting up an event and how much more small things there are involved in it. I've been getting a ton of people asking to join Team Necro, and Team Necro is very locked right now, and everybody on it is very excited to play. So that's kind of, I assume all the other captains are dealing with that too, just getting a lot of people in their DMs constantly asking. And I just want to say, we're sorry about that, but the teams are pretty locked. We knew this was going to be a big spectacle, and I think Malin's done a truly fantastic job here. So what we're going to do next here is, normally we have like a whole thing here, but I do know that Malin and Miraday are celebrating Miraday's birthday. And we've all said happy birthday, but I think that if we all sing happy birthday right now in comms all together, we can send them the energy to have a good evening if they want to leave. If they want to leave right after we do that,
thank you.
you can
No.
you can head right on out and enjoy your night. So
The Discord
thank you.
here is not going to be a problem at all. It's going to be definitely.
Yeah, all right. So here we go. I'll start, and I hope everyone else joins in. Please don't make me sing by myself. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miraday. Happy birthday to you.
Totally
Thank you so
insane.
much. Yeah, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And that'll be in the video that Mamiga always records for these events. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating in that. Thank you, Miraday and Malin, for how much you guys have done for the guild over the last couple months. We really appreciate the help you guys have given to our other tournaments, and just you guys have been a real blessing to the guild. So I just want to thank you and appreciate that.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to sitting down with you on the caster couch next week for the weekly tournament.
Absolutely. Another good thing to announce, Malin's going to be streaming his, is this your first tournament?
Yes, this will be my first time casting a tournament.
Beautiful. So Malin, Homage, and I are going to cast the next weekly tournament. So look forward to that. If you want to hop on Twitch and give us a shout out, we appreciate it. Next on the agenda. Oh, and by the way, Malin and Mirday, if you guys want to head out and enjoy the rest of your day, thank you so much for showing up. You're welcome to continue hanging, but we just wanted to celebrate you guys and let you know we appreciate you, and then say you don't have to be on a video game meeting for your birthday. I appreciate you guys swinging in. All right. So next on the agenda is we're going to go over what's coming next. For the pigs. We have the Pigs League is in full swing. If you are interested in participating, but we're not selected yet, I promise you will have your time to shine. I think in the last Hog Cup, we had a lot of people join in the last month and a half. You know, things change, people's lives change. We have dropouts of the teams. If you're interested in signing up, we had I think 15 fills in the last league. We had two teams drop off and then two teams rise up from the ashes like a phoenix. So please, you never know when a team's going to drop out or a team's going to drop back in. Just throw your names in there. Even if it's after the cutoff date, we are always looking for people to fill or to participate. And, we've had a lot of good stuff with that. This Pigs League is going to be a little different. We're going to have a lot more official quote unquote scrims that I'll be shoutcasting on Twitch when they're official matches. We'll be doing pretty much everything we can to keep the hype going for the whole 3 months. I know last time it was a little bit more of an endurance and what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of a focus and resolve thing as much as it was like a mechanics check. And I just want to make sure that everybody has the time to learn from who they want to learn from learn the classes they want to learn the roles, but also sort of just expands their mind a little bit, tries new things. We have a lot of different people in the league. The teams are not set in stone right now. They can shift around, they can move. We just had to do a couple trades recently. So, if you're good on your team and you're willing to jump to other teams, that's fantastic. It's a good attitude to have. We're just looking to make sure that the teams are as balanced as possible. So when we go into this, it is who put the most effort in, and who put the time in, who put the work in. They get to be the next top hogs. So for Pigs League stuff, please just feel free to communicate with me at any time. Communicate with your captains, or just if my DMs are completely open. If anyone wants to say anything to me, I'm always willing to listen and have a conversation about that. The next event probably will be. I was thinking about running another themed tournament after the Mono Cup tournament, but before the next Hog Cup. I was thinking about running an HOT tournament where every spec has to be Heart of Thorns. Every single person has to be Heart of Thorns. I'm thinking that might be our next big tournament before the next Hog Cup after our Mono team, probably in October. I think that might be interested. So if people are interested in doing an all Heart of Thorns, an all Heart of Thorns tournament, I think that's going to be the next big thing I do. I'm still debating about whether or not to allow relics in that. But if people have opinions about that, please hit me up in the DMs and let me know what you guys are thinking about. Explain what the Hog Cup is. The Hog Cup is the biggest tournament we run. Usually empties our treasure coffers completely whenever we run it. And look who came in late. Look who's trying to sneak in. Look who's coming to sit down at the last second. That's right.
I was hoping I would sneak in without notice. My bad.
No, I'm teasing, man. The Hog Cup is the culmination of our Pigs League. We run a league group where essentially we try to balance the teams as best we can with experienced captains, trying to teach players who haven't played as many ATs to get better at AT stuff. Because there's two ways to get better in this game. There's mechanics and there's map awareness. Those two things are most at odds during ATs. Where a single 5-second spree of running in the wrong direction can completely change a game. I think automated tournaments, that's what AT stands for, are sort of the end game for PvP players. And what we're trying to do is get more people to participate in these, more people to learn how to play the game. So we try to pair up very experienced people with newer players, or just players who have been around but haven't had sort of training from the big guys, right? And the Hog Cup is the finale of that. Teams that have been practicing together for about 3 months, 2 strong players, 3 newer, quote unquote, newer players. and they all culminate. They have a big giant tournament, and it is the, as far as I can tell, the biggest, most hyped tournament in the entire Guild Wars 2 space. Homage, how do you feel about it?
I don't think it tops Moda, but it's still a pretty fun event.
Anyway, we had a bigger prize pool than Moto, so let's go.
More gems, just gems.
We had
I
more
was gonna
gems than
say,
Moto.
there's no way.
We had
It's
more gems than Moto.
like $30,000 cash prize.
It was not 30,000.
I believe it was.
It's fine. We have the most fun tournament. We get the big views. We love it. People like to see like a bunch of people learning and participating in this group, and I'm excited to have it. So that's the Hog Cup. If you want to participate in the Hog Cup, the only thing you can do to do that is to join a Pigs Leagues team. So if anyone's interested in joining that, we have a lot of fill positions available at all times. Genuinely, we had a lot of players who were like, I wish I could continue, but now I'm having a baby, or I just changed jobs, or I just moved to France. And they like, you never know where your life's going to go. So toss your name in there, have a little fun. So the next order on the agenda is I'd like to go over a little bit of it's the last week of ranked. Yes, you can sign up right now, by the way. That's perfectly fine. It's in Pigs League 2.5 in the Discord. Pigs League 2.5. Just go scroll for that thread in the PvP thread area and you'll find it. The next thing I'd like to go over is this is the last week of the season. For anyone who is less experienced, less familiar with the end of a season, or for people who just maybe need to hear it again, it always helps to have the same advice. I'd like everybody to go around in a big circle here and give some advice for specifically the last like 10 days of a season. What do you find is the most helpful thing to do if you're going for a title? Because I think that's the thing that most people are interested in, is maybe getting their first Knight title, maybe getting their first Baron, maybe getting their first Duke. If you guys have advice about that, my advice is if you are in a rating that you're not comfortable with, like you're not as familiar there, but you're going for a higher thing, I would say that if you lose 2 times in a row, take a break, get some water, go take a walk for 30 minutes, because studies show that your reflexes get tired. But if you go do physical activity and you come back to it, rest your eyes, you will be playing the game better, even if you just take a little break. We'll go counterclockwise in this, and we'll go straight to Pat's Please. Pat's Please, what is your advice for people in the last season in the last week of the ranked season? Play as a yak. It's very calming to play as a yak. Okay. That's so real. That's so real. Again, I think that feeds back into the mental thing. The mental part of the game is rough. If you start getting tilted, like you're playing worse, so pull off, have some fun, hang out with your friends, talk to somebody, and avoid the yak slappers. Going in order, next we'll go to Salos. Salos, do you have any advice for, oh wait, actually, hold on. Wolfer jumped the gun there. All right, he's back.
No, I was being a yak slapper.
Okay. Rude. Salos, the level 21 PvP expert. Do you have any advice for the end of the rank season?
I mean, you definitely pointed out a couple different important things to take if you losing games in a row. You don't want to wear yourself out, nor do you want to get tilted and start tilt queuing, because that's the worst. You're almost guaranteed to just throw a rating at that point. I would say play strong or good builds generally, but that also would be, but people also find a lot of success playing kind of a weird build sometimes. Kind of depends. But play what works is the biggest thing.
Okay, Salos, what do you mean by strong or good builds?
Yeah. There are going to be a lot of builds, whether they are outdated or they aren't optimized for the role that you're trying to play, whether it be a roamer or DPS or support or whatever. And there are stronger versions of it. Those builds I would consider to be weaker builds than ones that are strong. Typically more meta, but not necessarily. Meta is a combination of the best builds, most optimized builds right now, but also the ones that are most popular. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other builds that can be played and have great effect. And those builds usually end up, well, not usually, but they can end up changing the meta. So that's why I don't want to strictly say only play meta.
But if, for example, you were trying to get better at the game, you were less experienced, is there a good resource for finding meta builds in the game?
Meta Battle. That's one of the websites. I believe Snowcrows puts a lot of the same builds on for PvP now. And there might be one more website, but those two I think would be the best ones to go to.
Okay, yeah. I agree. I would say that if you find something fun on Meta Battle and it looks fun and it seems like your vibe, feel free to ask in game or some of the players in this guild to just say, hey, is this so Wolfer is saying to check into Snowcrows as well. And yeah, I would say check both websites, look for the vibe you're finding, and then go, hey, this build seems cool. Is there a more meta version of this? Salos, would you be one of those people who like kind of knows what's the pulse of the meta?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I would say ask Salos. I would say ask Homage. In fact, Homage, I believe, uploads YouTube videos of all of the big tournaments that are happening. If you want to check out the builds, he usually goes over those. So there's a lot of resources here. I'd recommend talking to just some of the experienced players. Thank you, Salos.
No problem.
Lolex sort of jumped ahead of Salos, so we're going to go to Lolex next. Lolex, what's your advice for the end of the season?
Basically, if you're at a good enough high rating to get the role, probably just don't what's it called? Just play your decay games and don't just play a bunch of games, because the end of the season can be really messy as far as throwing games and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you are coming in, the easiest way to have a chill time at the end of a season, absolutely kind of get to where you want to be in week by the end, third to last week, and then just sort of coast in. That really works out for a lot of folks. Thank you. Wolfer, what do you got for us?
And my advice is don't die, especially if you see people higher ranked than you in your game. Just focus on staying alive.
I think that's good advice. I think that's really good advice. Why do you think staying alive is so powerful compared to dying on node or something like that?
Even if you have less of an impact than a more skilled player in your game, you still have more impact than if you are dead. And the enemy team still has to fear your presence to some degree if you are alive.
Yeah, that's really funny because when I first started playing this game, my friend told me, I said, hey, shouldn't I have more damage stats? And he was recommending I use really tanky stats. And I said, and he said to me, well, you do more damage if you're alive than if you're dead. And I was like, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. Thank you, Wolfer. Mr. Mamiga, what do you got for us?
Give the node. You don't need the node. Just that's part of the being alive thing. It's just you don't need the node right away. If it wins you the game to stand on the node, stand on that node. But if there's 3 people converging on your location right now, they're coming straight for you. You don't need to be there. You can just run around in the back and wait for them to kind of go away, and they will have to go away. Otherwise, your team wins. Hopefully.
That's a really good point, Meeg. That was several different good pieces of advice. Dying on node is only valuable at the end of the game. It's never valuable in the middle of the game. Doing jumping puzzles, jumping around and staying alive and keeping 2 people chasing you for 2 minutes is a lot more valuable than holding a node and dying 30 seconds, right? So yeah, that's great advice. Then we have Vaca.
Typing is also fine.
Work your range. I agree with that.
Neutral game.
I think that's good advice as well. Like knowing your range is huge. I was giving you a little bit more time in case you had anything extra to say there. But yeah, knowing your range is fantastic. Like, you know, one of the things that is a big recommendation is usually like if you're running those, I think it's a settings thing. I always recommend if you don't know what settings to run for PvP, please check out Homage's video, like what PvP settings to run. It's a very good video. It's still relevant to this day. And like learning your ranges off the rip is fantastic. Like it's gonna be one of the most powerful ways to get in combat early, or and keep your buffs up. Thank you. How do I say this? Is it Shuin? This is Vinky. Is your character called Shuin? What is your advice for new people kind of coasting through their first ranked season? His advice, or their advice, is to learn your role and split the enemy when staggered. That's really fair. That's very good advice. Staggering your enemy is probably the best way to snowball in ranked. If you can get like a couple kills in the beginning and just keep your team alive, huge. And knowing your role. When you say role, are you talking about like the way we sort of teach the 4 role system? We say there's roamer, team fight, support, and duelist. Yeah. Know what your build is trying to do. That's always the best advice. Thank you. Next over here, we have Mr. Nullward. What is your advice to newer players to survive the last of the ranked season? The last week specifically.
Guess I'd say make your mini map as big as you can and stare at it way more than you should.
That's so fucking huge. That is so real, dude. That is the most real advice. Like, I have spectated so many people on their mini map is like super zoomed in and shrunk up. Oh my gosh. Yeah, make your mini map as zoomed out as possible. Make your mini map big. Keep one eye on that map. Thank you. Thank you, Nullward. That was huge. Mr. Nidet. Did I say that? Nidet?
Yeah. I don't know. You don't get any better rewards if you're in gold or plat or silver, so just have fun.
Real. That's also super real. Yes. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? You know, like you don't want to just open up the suffering game every day and suffer for 2 hours. I love playing the app that makes me mad. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Yeah, have fun. I love that, man. Next is OMFG a cow.
Figure out what you can do to get Homage to carry you.
True.
More seriously, find a duo. Have either you or your duo like maybe like side noding or dueling. Figure out how to beat the meta side node builds. And the other one could be like a roamer that can just blow up team fights, rotate, and just cause havoc all around the map.
Do you think that there's different kind of comps you'd run with a duo, like based on sort of where you're at?
Depends on the meta, but usually the meta is like one side noder and a bunch of team fighters or roamers. That's the meta I've seen since I've started playing ranked 2 years ago.
Yeah, and that's really valid. Like
just
having
every single
roles.
build is that people are running right now. It tends to be amalgam. So just figure out how you beat an amalgam. It's not fun. It's not easy. But figure out how you do that. And that's about it.
I think that's good advice. I mean, it kind of goes back into what Salus was talking about. Like, you know, check out the meta builds, learn what's meta, understand how to deal with it. You know, understand what you and your. This goes back to a lot of what people were saying is understand your role. And if you're with a duo, which is again my favorite way to play, I hate playing solo just because I'm a social guy. Like I like playing with my friends. You know, like Meeg is mentioning in chat, like run double vert, because whenever Meeg and I hit G2, we double vert our way out of G2. It's like, it sort of depends on what you're doing, you know, like if you're in a situation where you're like, and you know, you should have to ego check yourself, but you have to think, am I low for my skill level? If you are, probably just run hyper DPS with your buddy and win your way out of the team fights.
One last thing before I move on. Make sure you can read your team's comp, so you don't have like 3 duelists or whatever it is.
They're always queuing support above me.
But that's all. Okay. That's all I have to say.
No, that's also real. Like if you know, I'll be real. If I queued into a match and I was like, I want to run support today, and I saw Mamiga was in my match and he was on a support build, I'd be like, hey, are you on support? And he would say yes. And I go, okay, cool. I'm going to switch. You're a better support than me. But like, if, you know, if you are, I think Homage gave me this advice a long time ago. He said, everyone who's playing this game should know how to play support. And if you don't know how to play support, you need to learn a support build. Because if you ever enter a lobby and you're the worst player in that lobby, you should play support. You should try to support the people who are, you know, going to be doing more, and you can learn from them while you're watching them and just try to keep them alive. Mimiga, you can't say that because you're also good and a support. You're like in that upper echelon, my man. But I think that's a really good thing. Like, know your role, know what you're up to. You know, if you're playing some experimental stuff and you run into like a butter peanut duo, like maybe think about where you're going to spend your time. Okay, next in the order in the guild hall is Mr. Nate.
My tip is go into every match with an objective, whether that's a gameplay objective or a learning objective. Gameplay objective example would be like, I'm playing a Connie build. I see a Gale shot. I'm going to go tickle him every time I see him. Or a learning objective, like when picking your learning objectives, I'd say try to frame them around consistency. Because you make a ton of decisions and a ton of actions over the course of a game, and the more consistent you are with making those correctly, the better you'll do.
That's some very good high level advice, Nate. Make sure you have a purpose. We actually talked about that in fencing a lot. Is like, what are you working on today? Like, make sure it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Make sure you're hitting what you're working on, because in the long term, that's going to make you win more.
Yeah, it can be fun to just queue up games and mash a keyboard and shoot the shit with your friends, but you're going to learn more if you go into a match with a particular objective in mind and then review it after the fact.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nate. Let's go to Mr. Homage. If you have any advice, or if you don't have any advice, we'll take a joke too.
I like how you know already that I don't have any advice for anybody. That's good. But I was actually going to give one today. Post.
Wow.
Despite your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. I feel like honestly, just like being curious and interested in tournaments and what's going on at sort of the high level of the game is a good thing for you to. You don't need to be like up to date on all the drama, but just like curious about what the comps are and what people are running on the high end. I think like that benefits you to at least know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I feel like that has helped me, just like being interested in the tournaments and like what's going on, even if you're not playing in them. Yeah, there's my advice.
Absolutely. I think that kind of linked into a lot of other people's advice in this. And sort of like, make sure you're interested, make sure you're having fun, make sure you're aware of what's going on. Yeah, TT / homaged. That's where all the good stuff is. Okay.
I didn't mean it like that.
No, I'm teasing. I think someone said holy glaze earlier, and you know, I'm not gonna look. I feel it rain on my skin when he talks. I'm not gonna apologize for getting wet when Homage talks. Next in the order is Mr. Nomad.
Outside of like pretty much everything else people have mentioned, because I would just echo on it, I would say stock up on some of these. You don't actually need to talk back to people that talk shit in matches. Like literally just block them, move on, mail them some grumble cake. I personally find it's great. They almost always reply back with it, and then they say nothing else afterwards. It's a fun way to end it. Otherwise, also make sure you get insider information during ATs from Homage, so he can share builds to you. He's got those privileges. Yep. Yeah. Beyond that, guys, just have fun. I apologize who said it earlier before me, but that's hands down the number one thing. Playability you have fun with, play with people you have fun with. Don't be afraid to queue into your friends as well. Like, yeah, it feels bad to take their
Yeah, queue snipe your friends.
Yeah, seriously, like, you guys only make each other better. Be willing to queue against each other.
Okay. And then I think Malin. Did we already hit you, Malin?
No, I have not gone.
Okay, Malin, please. What is your advice for somebody in the last week of the ranked season?
So I've got one little piece of advice and then one thing bigger. Little advice: if you are trying to get a title, you are going to want to give yourself a cushion. What had happened to me last season, I was looking at getting a night title. I was sitting like 212th or something. I thought I was gravy. And then I logged back in on the last day of the season, and I was sitting at like 253rd. And I was suddenly having to panic queue games in the last few hours of the season. Those games were sweaty and salty and not very fun, to everyone else's point. And it was really difficult to find consistent wins, consistent teammates. And I ended up missing out on my title by like literally 3S.
Oh,
So give
that is so brutal.
yourself a little cushion, just so that, you know, just be aware that people are going to be coming in on this last week, and they're either going to be making up their decay games so that their rating goes back up, or they're just going to try to go on a big win streak and try to get above you. And don't leave anything to chance.
That's really good advice. That is really good advice. Like, make sure you're in a more comfortable place. You're not scrambling at the last second. Before you hit your last thing, Amiga, do you have some personal experience not doing that?
What, not giving myself a cushion?
Yes.
If you're referring to something, I don't remember.
I'm referring to every time you or I have ever gone for a title and going, oh God, on the last stage, spamming 15 games.
It's so hard to do the last few games. It's so crazy. You're gonna want. I've always been saying that only the last like week of the season matters, and for that matter, it's just like the final decay line that everything is locked in.
I'll say this: nothing is quite as stressful as spamming 15 games on the last day trying to get a title. But I've done it for every title I've ever gotten, and I'll tell you this: you get a lot of war stories from that. It's stressful as hell, but it's
top damage.
It's
stage
something to laugh
Tempest.
at. And then Malin, you had something to say at the end. Sorry, we sort of editorialized there.
No, that's good. It's good additions to that. Not to push back on what some other people have said, but just a word of caution. Be careful just taking a tournament build whole cloth and running into ranked with it. There are some tournament builds that are really stronger when you have 5 people who are in comms together, talking and communicating. Meta Battle does a really good job of, like, at the top of the page, it's like, here's the ranked tournament meta, and then here's some other really good builds. You can make those tournament builds work, absolutely, but if you scroll down to that great build section, there is a lot of things there that can carry your ranked games. Post mentioned playing Vert to get out of G2. We've seen Vert in like an AT like one time in the last, like in 2026, and it was Naru. He can play whatever the fuck he wants. Vert is really good in ranked, usually not played in ATs because of this, that, and the other coordination thing. If you're not sure, hey, am I playing an AT build or a ranked build or what the fuck is Malin talking about? Ask questions. Everyone in the guild is super helpful. There's a lot of guys here like Salos, like Homage, who can tell you like, oh yeah, that Condi Troubadour build, super, super fun. Maybe not for your ranked games. It's just to give one example.
That's really good advice. That's very, very good advice. You know, if you're interested in a build, you see a build and you're like, hey, I want to try this build. Ask somebody who you see in the guild who is like, you know, plays that type of build. I have people ask me about Necromancer stuff all the time. I'm sure Homage gets spammed with, you know, Revenant questions. Yeah, ask any players that you in the guild that you think are decent, that you've encountered before, and just say, hey, is this a build that's good to run in ranked? Is this a good build to run in ATs? Like, what, you know, tell me what this build is for, because builds are for a specific purpose usually. Okay, and then I believe last in the round table at the hall here is going to be Saint Ira.
It is indeed. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I have two pieces of advice. The first one can actually take like only 10 minutes. If you feel like you're struggling against a certain class and you feel like you just can't figure out how to beat them, go play it. Like, go take the build from someone and play it for 10 minutes, and then you're like, oh, I just have to dodge X, Y, and Z. That goes for any class. Just learn the classes you think are hard to beat, but also have more than one build ready, because for me specifically, like, some of my builds don't do things that other builds can. So make sure, like, once you know what other builds do, you have something that can counter it. If you know, have one or two builds that you can swap between, that can really help, just because even if you're the best player in the world, like, some things are just stronger than others. So just learn everything.
That's great advice.
If you can't beat it, play it. And if
Okay, thank you very much. All right, I think we've hit everybody in the guild hall. I know we have a couple other people who are in these comms that are not in the guild hall. Do any of you have a desire to give us a bit of advice? Thinking about Turnip, thinking about Butter Peanut.
We do have two people on the rafters as well. They're kind of evil.
Evil in the rafters.
That ceiling fan's looking a little majestic.
I can echo a couple things. All the stuff was good, and I would have said all this basically the same. A couple things to echo. I think what Post said something earlier, not directly related to this, but don't lose on like ego checks. So like if you're playing a build, kind of like what I was saying, that doesn't beat X, Y, and Z, and you go and you want to run to far and you see X, Y, and Z, and you lose once, like don't just press W and do it over and over again. But on the inverse side of that, find the other player who you ego check and just press W into them over and over and over again. For those who know the build that I've been playing a lot, it makes people rage a lot, and you just W key them and then they die, and then they leave. Sometimes that happens. And even if they don't quit, you can just kill them over and over again. So yeah, don't get ego checked yourself, and find the things that you fight well and keep fighting them.
Yeah, that's honestly very good advice. It's the advice I mostly give to roamers, but it's like, you know, it's I think you said it best, Peanut. You were like, if you interact with somebody and if you join a fight and you don't kill them within 30 seconds, you need to leave. Why are you there? Like,
if you're outnumbering, yeah, you're like,
yeah, if you're outnumbering, if there's not a kill within 30 seconds, and 30 seconds is a long time. Genuinely, if you outnumber somebody, you should kill them within like 15 seconds. And if you don't, you should leave. And that was some of the best advice I ever got. I think Sea Monster Guy also gave me that same advice when I was learning how to play Willbender. And he's just like, you're an assassin. I don't know what you think this build is, but you're an assassin. You jump in, you get somebody. If you don't, you leave. And you try to get somebody else. And yeah, I think that's really real. Like, it goes back to what Salo said, know your role. It goes back to what Wolfer said. It goes back to what, you know, a lot of people have said is play your role. You know what you're doing when you go into this. You know what your goal is. You know, if I'm on a duelist, my goal is to waste two people's time for as long as possible. Like when I'm on Rit, if you see me in a Rit match, the only thing I want is for two people to chase me around on a neutral node for 3 minutes, because then my team's 4v3ing the rest of the match. And I love that. I love that. You know, when Butter Peanut is on any node, he loves two people to fight him. I remember I literally just fought you an hour ago. And I was like, desperately typing in his team, please leave me alone. Please stop plussing me against Butter Peanut. Let me waste his time, please. Every time one of you is here, he's getting too much value. Don't do this. And it's like, I remember this one moment where I was like, oh, I'm about to kill him. And then this other guy ran in and you saw him and immediately disengaged and just ran around for another minute while the two of us tried to kill you. And I was like, this is the exact same. This is worse. This is worse than if we hadn't gotten blessed. So like that is your goal as a duelist. Waste people's time. Just waste people's time. If you're a team fighter, you want to just focus target and peel for your support. If you're a support, you want to keep up your biggest damage person. If you're a roamer, you need to kill somebody, and if you don't, you need to leave and try to kill somebody else. Remember who you can't kill quickly, and find the person you can kill quickly, and then follow them around for the whole game.
Does it kind of mean, like, it doesn't kind of mean sometimes, but you're totally right. Like, following the person you kill around the entire game is a very good strategy, even though it's kind of mean.
It's mean, but that's how you win ranked. Okay, does anyone else, looking at you, Turnip, or anyone else who's chilling just in the Discord, have some advice or some stuff they want to say?
I mean, it's one. I don't know. I haven't been playing a ton either, but the duo thing definitely. But in ranked, the thing that gets you most value usually is playing one-shot roamers. But you gotta rotate very crisply and know when to not die.
Very real. Very real. Okay. Do we have anyone else who wants to give? Oh. Hoikwep is a naughty player. Watch out. What does that mean? Is that like naughty in a fun way or like? Oh, they're toxic. Okay.
How come
Yeah.
nobody tonight said argue with people in the PvP lobby?
About random
Good
bullshit.
check. Yes, get political in the PvP lobby. It's key.
Big skill check. True.
Make sure they know that Guild Wars 2 was WoW for poor people.
Yes.
Oh my god, this is it every day. Holy shit.
Real, dude. That's so true. It does actually increase the amount of rating you get. And it decreases the amount of rating you lose if you say Guild Wars 2 is WoW for poor people. That's why he does it. He doesn't mean it. He says it just for the rating.
I have no idea how he sits in Baron range because I've never seen him actually in the game.
I have.
Like,
He
he just sits there on the map.
I've seen him
really
in my
good.
games.
Yeah.
I also don't know how
that's all he
he
says.
stays in that range because he throws a lot of my games. I'm like, oh no.
That's plural is not moves.
Oh really?
That's not the same person.
Okay.
Oh, did Blur start doing moves as bit?
I love that you instantly knew who I was talking about and who was throwing my games.
Oh, okay. I always associated the WoW as poor people thing with moobs. Is that
Moobs definitely used to do it. I think maybe he just said the other guy stole it or something. Or maybe one of them was something like that.
That's
I'm an old
way
head.
too funny.
I've seen moves do it too a few times lately.
I've got something that may or may not be helpful.
Oh, please.
Hi,
Go for it.
Lion here, new to the guild. Haven't played Guild Wars too much in a long time, but this is more general advice from the perspective of someone who coached competitive esports for high school teams. If you're someone who's prone to tilt, and this is not necessarily end of season relevant, but if you're someone who's prone to tilt or you claim to have bad luck, unlucky perma, limit yourself to a best of series. Like in your head, tell yourself, I'm playing a best of, whether that's a best of 3 or a best of 5 for your grind sessions. The moment you win 3 in a row or the moment you lose 3 in a row, that's it. You're done. Go take a walk, take a shower, like break. Take yourself away from the situation. Now that doesn't mean don't come back and grind like an hour later, but walk away from it. Go like gather nodes in like Heart of Thorns or whatever, just to get your mind off it. And like think about the things that you did right, wrong, then come back to it with fresh eyes, fresh hands. Because if you just like perma queue, sometimes you can fall into like rage queue, and suddenly like it's doomers.
The worst thing that can ever happen to you is rage queuing and going on a winning streak, because then you'll just keep doing it and you'll always be chasing that high.
And this applies to like winning too. Like even if I'm winning, if I win 3 in a row, that's it. All right, cool. That was a good day. I'm done, at least for now, and I'll come back to it later. Because I don't want to like, let's say I got carried in 3 games in a row. I don't want to just assume, oh, I'm playing so well, it's like totally me, and like live in the delusion from the win. I'd rather be like, okay, cool. I won the 3. Why did I win the 3? If it was me, cool. Let's try to replicate that in the future. If it wasn't me, what am I doing wrong so that I can make it be me the next time I play a best of, right? A mental best of in my head.
That's really good advice, man. That's really good advice. Treat your winning streaks the same way as you treat your losing streaks, like it's an anomaly.
Wait, I
3
can't
out of
believe
3
no one.
is plus 14 rating. Ugh, bro, when you have a 60% win rate and you're losing rating, that's the real shit.
Can't believe no one said this. Record yourself.
Yes.
Like Ryan was just talking about, like if you aren't sure if it was you that was winning the games or your teammates that was winning the games, the only way you're going to find out is watching back that VOD.
That's very, very true. Very, very true. Checking out your own gameplay is one of the biggest ways that you're going to start. Like, you know, you can be in this duel that you thought was so important, and you're rewatching the VOD and you're looking at the map and you're like, why the fuck is this idiot staying at home or staying at far or staying in this team fight? Like, what are they doing right now? Are you kidding me? And it's like, it's you.
You're that guy.
You're the idiot who's just not looking at the map. And it's hard. This is an information overload game. Like the gameplay loop of Guild Wars 2 is not becoming a master of a specific weapon or a specific class. It is, how do you process way too much information as a human that was not biologically prepared for this amount of information, right? And experience is the main way, but the secondary way is just like making good choices. Okay. I think we've had a lot of good advice today, guys. I don't want to bounce on it for too long. So what we're going to do here is sort of remind everybody what's going on. We have the Mono Team Tournament on the 5th of September. In October, we're going to have a Heart of Thorns tournament that I'm going to have to draft up a whole document for. This is the last week of PvP. Have fun. If anyone's going for a title, please say something. Reach out to the rest of us. Like, we are happy to, like, I'm not anywhere near the games. Like, if you are trying to go for your first knight or your first baron, hit me up. I'm happy to play with you. Like, let's hang out. If anyone else is happy to like help out anyone who's trying to go for their first knight or baron, please say something, you know, like, in this moment, and let people reach out to you to try and get that last little push.
I'm down to help whenever I'm not playing with team scrims.
Iturralde, good person to look to. Anyone else?
Well, yeah, if anybody needs help with anything, let me know. I'd just be advised I'm going to queue on a really goofy build.
He says that, and then he like hard carries the team fights. Nomad is a great person to duo with in the guild. Any other volunteers?
Y'all got me whenever you want.
Saint Ira, incredible Ellie player, one of the greats.
Thank you.
I'll try to be around. I haven't PvP in quite as much, so I'm also way behind on my games. But I'm here.
If anyone isn't going for a title this season or they're behind on games, like, please offer yourselves if people are asking to duo. As long as you're within 200 of us, we're all happy to do it. So yeah, just hit us up, in game or out of game, no problem. All right, Homage, did you have anything you wanted to add at the end of this meeting?
Go watch Mamiga's last video. That shit is a banger, man. That's all.
Real. What's the app for that?
Oh, I'll dig it up.
He's such a huge fan, and he doesn't know the app by heart.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have the link memorized.
Yeah, it's Mamiga's OnlyFans, but it's not OnlyFans, it's Only Feet. And it's only Char Feet.
You don't have access to that one. My screenshot
It's
folder,
only-
you don't got it.
It's only Char foot pads.
Nomad has asked if
okay,
if you're willing to do a musical thing. Do we have time for that?
A musical? Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I love that.
Okay, I'll keep it quick. Okay, so and apologies for any feedback if there's other people in the room with me. The game is Guess the Tune. This is actually a tune that's not from a video game for the very first time. So good luck with that. You have to guess the title of the song in chat. You have to put it in chat in the guild hall because I won't be able to figure it out over Discord. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, the way that I'm playing this is not manually because that's insane, especially on a gamepad. This is done with a mod called Maestro, which is really cool. Lets you play community games and also lets you code in songs, which is how this song little snippet was created. Okay, let me find it in here. Okay, here we go.
The fact that you said it's not video game is fucking me up.
I know what that is.
Oh, and if you didn't hear it, you might need to turn on volume. And if you're in Discord, you won't hear it either. If you're in Discord,
Yeah. I might need to run up to my computer for this. This is bothering me. I can't play.
no one guessed it.
Can you play it one more time?
Yeah, I'll play it one more time. It's really short, so I can give a hint too. The hint is.
It sounds like it's from Elder Scrolls 4 is what's fucking me up.
Okay, the hint is that the artist has written another song that is all about silence.
Oh, fuck. This is John Cage?
The first few lyrics involve talking about going somewhere specific, to a really fun place, like a fair maybe.
It's not John Cage? Okay.
Oh, Idraldi got it.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, good.
I remember learning this for piano like 2 decades ago.
Good game. I'll think of a prize to send you.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you for that, man. Okay, do we have anything, any other meeting items, any agendas, any shout outs to specific streams or big events that are coming up? Okay. Well then, thank you everybody for joining us for this beautiful War Pigs meeting. I will see you all at the September 5th Mono Team Tournament. I will see you all for the weekly stream next week, where Mal and Hamajan are going to go crazy style on it. And I will see you guys for the October Heart of Thorns group team fight thing. I'll come up with a name for it.
You guys aren't ready for when I fucking unleash Malin on this community. You guys gotta fucking stock up on food and water. Malin's gonna go insane next weekend.
Guild.
Do you have to buy the suit outfit to cast with you, Homage?
No.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I don't have it.
That's
but
not
you
true.
do.
You are
I
not
do it,
me.
I do it IRL.
Actually, I'd buy it for you.
If you wear a suit in real life, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the suit in real life is even better, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. The squad is off.